The Rioclaro Canyon Natural Reserve is located 3 hours away from the city of Medellin and offers a spectacular experience for nature lovers. It's an impressive marble canyon crossed by a crystal clear river where you can enjoy relaxing activities such as hiking, swimming, and bird watching, as well as adventure activities such as rafting, ziplining, rock climbing, and caving. Stay tuned, I'll show you what a trip to the Rioclaro Canyon is like. Are you planning a trip in Colombia? I'm here to help! I'm Jaime Rincón from Medellin, Colombia. I'm a professional tour guide and I really know my country. This is Kachay Colombia. Welcome amigos! Today I'm going to show you a destination that few know about. One of those hidden gems that most people overlook and which, if you are a nature lover, can become a special part of your trip to Colombia. We're going to travel to the Rioclaro Canyon Natural Reserve. The trip begins in Medellin along the highway leading to Bogota. It's 100 miles along a windy and busy road, so it takes about 3 hours to get there. But of course, like any road trip in Colombia, the scenery is wonderful and we'll have places to stop and rest, enjoying delicacies like arepas, empanadas, pan de quesos, and other typical foods and drinks. Remember, we'll need energy for the adventure ahead. These roadside restaurants also feature breathtaking views, especially those located near the town of Cocorná, from where you can see the mountain range and even a couple of spectacular waterfalls. From Bogota, it will take about 6 hours to get to Rioclaro. If you plan to travel between Medellin and Bogota by car, it's a very good option to spend the night there and enjoy the reserve. Upon arrival, you must register at the entrance. It's important to have a reservation, whether for a day trip or an overnight stay. Otherwise, entry will take a while and you'll be subject to availability. From there, you have to go 1.5 miles into the canyon to where the internal road ends and the reserve truly begins. This is a conservation site featuring vegetation and rock formations dating back millions of years. It's like traveling back in time to see where the dinosaurs lived. The canyon is crossed by the Rioclaro River. Its name means clear river because it's normally pristine and calm under normal conditions, although when it rains heavily, it obviously swells and becomes murky. Next to the river, there is a paved path, which is the only one, so you won't get lost. The path is well made, although it has up and downs and some stairs, so it's not wheelchair friendly. There are some restrooms, informational signs, and trash cans. Within the reserve, there are places to swim in the river and even a couple of diving platforms, 25 and 30 feet high, although this activity requires caution as it's risky. There are other guided activities such as rock climbing, zip lining, and the cavern of the oil birds, which are nocturnal birds that live there. This adventure takes you across the river to enter the dark cavern where water runs through it. It's a lot of fun, but it's for the more athletic and daring. There is also rafting on a very beautiful level 1 route, which means it's easy, scenic, and suitable for all ages. I'll show you more about this activity later. As you can see, the reserve offers a lot, so it's recommended to spend 1 or 2 nights there to fully enjoy it. To do so, they have several hotels and a restaurant. Before we look at the rooms, you should keep in mind that this is a jungle location with no internet, poor cell phone service, no electronic devices, and no luxury amenities. The food menu is limited, albeit delicious and hygienically prepared. This is a trip for those who truly enjoy nature and want to disconnect from the hustle and bustle of the city for a couple of days. The rooms are semi-open and basic, but very pleasant and well equipped. So let's have a look to my room here. Look at this, I have my bed, pillows, whatever I need, even some protection for the insects that can come in. I have a decent bathroom here, right? And check this out. So this is the view I have from my room with this little balcony. Also the river is down there. And very close to the hotel, we have a marble beach down there. Yes, a marble beach. So when you come here to Rio Claro, this is a place where you should stay. Here in the reserve, they have different hotels, but this is the recommended one. It's called El Refugio, and it's inside the forest. No contact with, you don't hear the cars from the road or people passing by. It's just you and nature. So now you know that if you have dietary restrictions or a very special taste, you better bring your own food. The restaurant normally offers two menu options and sells drinks and snacks, but it's limited. However, don't bring food into your room as it can attract animals. One day, for example, I brought a bag of peanuts, went out, and when I came back, there were no peanuts and the bag was chewed through. Never found out what animal it was. On our tour with Kachay Colombia, the first day we explored the reserve, visiting some impressive sites along the path, such as the Temple of Time, a cavern filled with stalactites and stalagmites that took thousands of years to form. We also enjoyed the marble beach and then rest to get ready for the adventure on the second day. A brand new day in the reserve Rio Claro. I woke up this morning and realized that my balcony was full of butterflies. It seems they really like my wet clothes. These balconies always offer a surprise, be it butterflies, a toucan, or a howler monkey. Off we go for the most popular activity here, rafting. The reserve has all the necessary equipment and guides who, although very young, are experts in this sport and know the river very well. It doesn't matter if you don't have experience in this sport. They'll teach you how to paddle and give you the necessary instructions, and then we are ready to navigate down river for a couple of hours. There are different levels of rafting from 1 to 5, depending on the river conditions. Level 1 is easy and scenic, and level 5 is extreme. Here in Rio Claro, it's level 1, so children or almost anyone can do it. As we navigate, we pass through different sections of the river. There are calm ones where you don't even have to paddle, but instead enjoy the scenery. You can see giant trees over 100 years old, animals like otters, birds, and fish, and there is a great view of the Marble Canyon. It's a spectacular landscape. There are other, more steered sections where you pick up some speed and have to paddle to stay on course, although without danger. At times, there is also playfulness moments, such as when another raft gets close and the water fight begins, or when the guide decides to spin the raft. There are also moments to cool off as the heat builds during the tour. For example, in a section where the river widens and there are no rocks, it's a good time to jump into the water and swim. There, getting wet is voluntary, but there is a point where it is mandatory. When we find a natural shower emerging from the mountain where the guides put the raft in so you get wet, doesn't matter if you want it or not. Also, for those who want even more excitement, another way to get wet is with what the guides call the wild horse, which involves tipping the raft over and throwing everyone into the water. There is a very important stop at a kind of cavern called the Stone Vault, where, in addition to a brief explanation of the geology of the area and how water drains through the rock, there is time to play a little, taking advantage of a current that swiftly carries you into the cavern and then releases you into a calm area. This spot offers some impressive photos. At the exit of the cave, you can see a face in the rock that the locals call the guardian of the vault. A little further down, the tour ends and we return to the reserve by bus. This is basically what we do on a Kachay Colombia tour to the Rioclaro Canyon. If you'd like to experience this and want me to take you there, you can contact me on my social media or on the WhatsApp link on my website, kachaycolombia.com. There, you can see other tours I have in Medellin and throughout Colombia. And on my channel, Kachay Colombia, you can also find videos that can help you to plan your trip to Colombia. If you like the video, give it a like and subscribe to my channel. Colombia has spectacular places and I'm here to help you discover them. Good luck!